Hello everyone. A lot has been said about COVID 19 and lockdown and the whole world going digital here on. So I think we need to just get used to the concept of digitalization. My name is Shalini Gamre and I conduct behavioral skill training programs for corporates and students. My video today is going to share with you certain ideas that I learned in my journey of entrepreneurship that helped me not only go digital but also create a very strong social media presence. Now I know a lot of you might be averse of being active on social media. Now I have learned something the hard way. A network is something that is extremely important, in fact one of the most important assets that you would have created for yourself, whether you're in a job or whether you're running your own business. You will always go back to this network either for an advice, for help, or to sell your product or service. So here are 3 ways I learned on how to build a nice, strong network on social media that is one of the most important elements of the digital world. Number 1, your display picture. Now imagine this. You're trying to find me and you go out and you look for me on Facebook and you see a display picture of me where I have put out a quote on how you should never trust people. What is the kind of image that I'll be building with you? Obviously, you will think that I have gone through certain experiences in life that have brought me to not trust people. And so that's what I'm telling the world. Don't trust anyone. Without really interacting with me or without really saying anything, that's the image you're going to carry of me. Now say you went searching for me on Instagram and you see there I've put out posts on some fun trips I've taken with my family. Maybe there's a picture of me with the Himalayan range right behind us. What is the image that I'm going to be creating on you? You're going to be thinking that I am a person who enjoys holiday. I love to spend time with my family. Without saying much to you, I have given you an impression of exactly who I am. Say you go to LinkedIn and you see my display picture out there. And it's a nice professional picture where you can see me conducting a training program, with the mic and with audience around. What is the impact I'm going to have on what you're thinking about me? You're obviously going to think I'm either in the training business or I have been invited into a seminar where I'm giving a talk. Either ways, it's something I'm doing and it's credible, right? So that's the impact I'm going to have on what you think about me. Let me give you a 4th example. You go onto WhatsApp and you see no display picture. I have received many messages from people who have no display picture. And the kind of feedback that I want to give them of what I think about them is that they are people who want to show that they're not on social media or they do not like to be on their phones most of the time, but they are on social media and they are on their phone more time than what we all must probably be spending. I also think of them to have low confidence or low self-esteem because they're not comfortable in putting out their picture out there on social media. Either ways, it's not a very positive image that you're building with others with a blank display picture. I'm sure when the concept of the display picture was invented, it was invented with the idea that a person may put out a nice, clear, smart solo picture of himself or herself so that when I get interacting with you, I don't miss the fact that you're not present there, but I see your picture and I know that I'm talking to you instead of a wall you've put up. Number 2 is a great profile. You see, every platform has the space for you to create a striking profile about yourself. Most people like myself, when we accept a friend's request or when we accept a connection request, we first go back and check the profile of the person. At the end of it, I want to build a qualitative network instead of a quantitative network, right? So it's important for me to see who are the people I'm allowing into my network. So I'm going to go back and see the educational qualification of the person. I'm going to check where the person has graduated from or what kind of post-graduation degrees the person has done or which universities the person went to or which companies the person has worked at, what kind of experience the person has it tells me a lot about the person, just the profile. Now I know it's the most tedious and the most boring task to do, to go and fill in all those tabs, but trust me, it's a one-time activity but goes a long way talking about you, your personality, your work and your credibility. So fill it in one time properly, like the way you make a resume before you want that dream job, and then update it every 6 months with maybe an additional achievement that you've got or a new company that you've joined. You will be surprised on how a nicely done profile not only increases the probability of a good job that you may acquire, but also improves the clientele that you're trying to strive for. The third thing is now managing these connections or followers that you have. We're not building a network that's just there, that's stagnant, quiet, dead. We really want to build a network that's interactive, that helps us find new jobs, that helps us find new work, who we're able to sell our products and services to. So in order to do that, it is important for you to become interactive yourself. Treat your network the way you'd want it to treat you. So if you have posted something and you want people to like and comment on it, to give you great positive feedback, then it is important to spend time to read and comment other people's postings, to see what your network is interested into, to go and check out the videos that other people in your network are uploading. When you give out positive, great feedback to others, that's when you begin to receive great, credible, good feedback on your own posts. Now, I don't mean that you sit and spend the whole day doing that on social media. A lot of people say, I hate to be on social media because it is a huge distraction. Well, it's something you have not learned how to manage. Honestly, 2 to 3 hours in an entire week is more than enough for you to spend on your profiles. For you to update your posts, to read other people's posts and comment on them, 2 to 3 hours a week is more than enough. Of course, if you have business going on social media, like I have a lot of activities going across social media, then you will spend more time there. But otherwise, if you're just there to build a nice, good, credible network, then 2 to 3 hours a week should be just enough. Now, the problem with that is you're not able to unhook yourself and you convert a blessing into a curse yourself. You will also have a lot of silent spectators on all your social media profiles, and that's good. It's okay. You never know which connection, which follow, in what form and fashion may come to your rescue, either when you're searching a job, either if you're trying to promote something, or you're trying to look for some kind of service. All in all, a great quality network on all of your digital media profiles, which, by the way, is going to be an important element in the way forward, which is digitalization, is going to only help you move yourself forward, move your career forward. So whatever I learned the hard way, that a network is by far one of the most important assets that you will build for yourself, is true. I get a lot of business only because I make sure that I be interactive and I make sure that I keep my network connected with me. I hope you like this video. As I always say, if you like it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Till I meet you next, I hope you create a nice, smashing profile on all of your digital media platforms so that it's easier to interact with you. Take care. See you soon.